Today I'm going to be installing these Flossman fenders. These are the carbon fenders with the louvers and the air pass through in the rear section here. I've had these sitting on my shelf for a very long time now, so I'm really looking forward to getting these on the car. These louvers are going to really help out. Or supposedly help out. If you guys haven't seen my previous video, I installed this splitter right here. It's a Beamer World splitter. I got the non-ducted version, which worked out really well because I extended the splitter, as you can see, and I added diffuser tunnels. And I believe if I had the ducted version, I don't think the diffuser tunnel would fit through. Not really sure, but nonetheless, my brakes don't fade, so I don't need the brake ducts anyway. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove the stock fenders. After removing the stock fender, I think I'm gonna have to relocate this pump right here. For the passenger side, there's this washer fluid container right here that I'm going to remove. So I'm gonna dive right into it. Alright guys, so just wanted to walk you through what I just did right now. There are some 10mm bolts on the top right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one is in a tight area. You're gonna have to use a wrench to get that out. And then, of course, I already have the fender liner removed and the front bumper. There's 2 bolts right here. I think there's another one in here I haven't taken out yet. I'm gonna have to take a look at that. But basically, the main thing that's holding it together are 2 bolts down here at the bottom. That's holding the bottom portion to the body of the car. So what you have to do is you have to get inside this area right here and remove the M3, I don't know what to call this thing, a foot guard or whatever. But yeah, that just peels right off, and then you have about 5 of these body panel plastic rivets right here that you need to pop off using a trim removal tool. Once you pop that off, this is what holds the top of the side skirt in. So once you can flex that back, there are 2 plastic Torx bolts that go right up in the bottom. So you need to remove that. Once you do that, you can peel back the side skirt. And here are the 2 remaining bolts that you need to remove to get the fender out. Oh, and I almost forgot to mention there is one 10mm bolt that you have to remove on the inside right here in the door jamb. And inside the wheel well right here, there are 3 more 10mm bolts. My camera will focus. There's 1, and there's 2. Oh, jeez. I just have to angle it out. Alright, so now that I have the fender off, the attention turns to this pump right here that needs to get relocated. And there's a perfect recessed hole up here that this pump should fit in. So I'm going to take apart this clamp first just to see what the mounting situation looks like and see how we can fit this up into this little hole up here. Okay, so I got the bracket off, which was welded to the car right here. It was kind of a big pain in the ass to remove. I was hoping to reuse this bracket, but I kind of mangled it up. So not really sure if I should reuse it now. I'm going to see if I can fab up a different type of bracket that can work for this pump right here. And as for these holes, I think I'm just gonna clean it up and fill it in with some epoxy and paint some of the damaged areas just to make sure they don't rust. I see people using the old bracket, but I kind of really destroyed my old bracket right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use these pipe clamps. I'm gonna use a couple of these, and I'm going to mount it up something like this by using a couple rib nuts. So I'm going to drill a couple holes in here, put rib nuts in there, and mount it up. Alright, so drilled the holes and put the rib nuts in. Now I'm going to mount the pump. I'm going to use a little bit of thread locker on this bolt just to make sure it doesn't come undone. That should do. Alright, so here's the pump, fully relocated. I have some rubber spacers on the top right here that I use so I could distance the pump away from the body of the car. And I widened out this hole right here and put in a nutsert to loop in the wires. And the wires are wrapping around the corner right here. And this corner is not sharp enough to cut the wires. Actually, this is what it was OEM anyways. And as for the hose up here, it's pretty sturdy, so I don't think this sharp edge is enough to cut through that hose. By the way, if you're gonna use these clamps like I did, the big one on the top right here, I used I think a 2.5 inch clamp. You could probably go for 2 3/4 of an inch to be exact. The bottom one, I used a 2-inch clamp. As for the bottom here, I made a giant mess of a job, so I had to cover the exposed metal pieces so that it wouldn't rust. Looks really like a botched job, but nobody is going to see it after I put the fender back on, except for you guys. And this crash sensor right here is in the way. I'm probably gonna get rid of this as well. And it's gone. All right, so moving on to the passenger side here. I already have the fender removed. As you can see here, same process as the driver's side. The only difference is this bolt in the middle right here is a little difficult to get to because of this windshield washer fluid bottle that's in the way. But you can access it through the side gills to remove it. So for this wash bottle, it's in the way, so I'm gonna get rid of it and just throw it out. So there's this hose that comes up along here, and it feeds into the front bumper so that this wash fluid can clean the headlights. My car has a cold weather package, so if your car doesn't have the cold weather package, you're not going to have that. I already pulled out all the hosing in the front section when I removed the bumper. So this hose, I'm going to get rid of that. So there's a bolt up in here that you have to remove, and after you remove that, the wash bottle should just come right out. In addition to that, this hose right here, this black accordion hose, goes up into the engine bay to where you fill up the windshield wiper fluid. So I'm probably going to get rid of this as well. And I think one of these connections here should be the level sensor. I guess it's probably this one. So I'm gonna confirm which one it is, and I'm just gonna short it together so that it doesn't show up on my dashboard that it's low on fluid. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this wash bottle. Okay, for the passenger side, I tucked away all the excess wiring down into this hole where the battery cable goes into, and I kept the wire for the side marker indicator, and I used some of these plastic clips to guide the wire up into this section here, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so I just went ahead and fitted the fenders. And you want to make sure you do this before you get them painted, because obviously you don't want to get the nice paint job damaged. So I'll just go through what I did to get these fitted. What you want to do is get the height lined up first. So in order to do that, I suggest putting these two bolts on the bottom of the fender first. So you want to adjust the height so that the lines right here line up. This top portion, it's not going to line up. Even the OEM lip fenders don't line up on this top section here to the door. So as long as the lines right here at the indicator area line up and the bottom section line up with the door, that's the correct height. Once you get a line, I suggest putting the screw through here, and don't tighten it all the way yet. Just put it in loosely. And then from there, you can eyeball where the holes for these screws inside the engine bay area should go. As you can see, I didn't get it perfect, especially didn't get it perfect here, but once you eyeball where you need it to be and you can adjust it from there, you can take it off, file it down, or drill a new hole. These holes right here adjust the horizontal adjustment, the alignment to the hood. So as you can see, and by the way, just based on how my car is, I think naturally this side aligns a lot better. The gap's very small. The gap on this side's a little bigger. Honestly, it's not really that noticeable. But it's going to vary on your car, so you're just going to have to adjust accordingly. And then, I haven't done this yet, but the last part is to drill the holes down here to attach to your front bumper, and there's three. I guess two for your bumper, and then one that goes from, I guess, this little frame piece into the fender. Now for these three holes, the stock fender has some kind of rib nut system in here, but obviously for this Flossman fender, it does not. So what I plan to do is just drill holes, and I'm just going to put in some M6 screw clips similar to this one right here and put the screws through. So yeah, that's what this side looks like. And here we have the passenger side. Now I just have to drill out these holes for the indicator light, which I'm really not looking forward to. I might just have the shop do it for me. We'll see. Anyway, I'm gonna take these off and get them painted and refit it on the car. so here are the fenders fully fitted, and I got the paintwork done at a shop called The Great Auto Paint out in Santa Clara, California. So if you guys are up here in Northern California and need some paint work, I definitely recommend them. They gave me the best pricing by far, and their customer service was also top notch. Edgar was the person who helped me. I believe he's the shop owner. I definitely recommend them. And yeah, check this out. Their paintwork is great. I have nothing to complain about. This side just fits perfectly. Fitment of Flossman Fenders, just top notch. Here's a side view of it. And for the side markers, I decided to wrap them in a carbon fiber wrap. I just used some cheapo $5 carbon wrap. Looks amazing in my opinion. Couldn't justify spending 300 bucks on cosmetic carbon pieces. I have no idea how long this wrap's gonna last, but we'll find out. So for the passenger side, this side, there's one thing that bugs me. The fitment on this bumper right here. The gap's a little bigger than I want it to be, but that's my fault because I was focusing on trying to get this gap right here as tight as I possibly could. I think it should have been shifted forward a little bit. So if I had the fender shifted forward just maybe by 1 millimeter, this gap would be a lot more tighter. So the only thing left to do is to put the fender liner back in and then cut out the holes for the vents on the rear section here and the top. So I'm just going to go ahead and end the video here. In the next video, I'm going to be installing the rear wing on the car. So stay tuned for that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.